Hello and welcome back to your personal code of conduct. My name is Dio, and it's a new year. Of course, it's a new year. It's this like reminds me of why I started the podcast. I started the podcast in the middle of at the end of towards the end of last year, deciding because I felt empty. I still feel very empty, but then again, it's a personal code of conduct. Did I introduce myself? Anyways, another year of hopefully not mediocrity. I told myself that I started this podcast to find a purpose, to decide what I wanted to do in my life. And I think this year, like for the beginning of this new year, I'm going to affirm my beliefs. In the next 4 days, I will be 24. I do not feel 24 like I always say. I still feel very, very young. I feel as though everything is just it's just beginning. Everything's expected to start. I find myself wanting things. I find myself trying to explain things to myself. I find myself hoping that things are going better or anything. I find myself constantly trying to write a podcast script to point out what I want to say, to enunciate. This year, I just want to reaffirm myself, reaffirm my themes, reaffirm my beliefs, and settle in the team for 2022. I have tried and tried and tried, almost to no avail, about like learning how to draw, learning earning in dollars. Those are like, I don't know, the two immediate things, the two pressing things. Why are they pressing? I do not know. Why are they important to me? I do not know. I just want something to fill my time without feeling dead inside. I want purpose of my existence. I literally fell into an antenatalist sub, like at this few. Okay, not that I fell into, I have been having antenatal thoughts, and I think it gets to a certain point that I question my own beliefs. I would describe myself as somebody who feels not necessarily feels nothing. I would describe myself as somebody who's does not know and is too scared to know. I am unable to satisfy myself with the answer that my purpose and my existence is to worship a supernatural being. I am unable to satisfy that as an answer. Yet I am terrified with the idea that if I would lose my job, lose my standing in society, yet here I am stating this as a third worlder whose entire nation is built on denying reality. Based either focusing on religion, focusing on whatever. Why do I have personal goals? Why am I obsessed with wanting to learn how to draw and frustrated when things don't come out perfect or I'm just not amazing at things and I refuse to accept that I'm just not amazing at things? Why me like that? Why do they frustrate me? Why does it make me annoyed? Why does it feel like that I need completion? The reason why I call this the reaffirming of my beliefs, I'm probably going to be like, but in actual term is reaffirming why I lack faith. I won't say usually. I feel like I'm doing the opposite of a Christian right now. Recently, I had a reason to say that I wanted to pray. I still want to pray. I don't know. I probably will pray to. What am I praying to? I don't know. But there was, if you look at like the randomness of existence, the faultiness of human, like the faulty, how you can come out faulty, whether there is a quirk, genes, and whatever. It's difficult to say that there is an overarching plan with the errors and mistakes that can come out with just the simple activity of breeding. Why does breeding have to be so scary? It's annoying when somebody you love is going through like something dangerous and it's over and you wonder how are they going to survive the next year being an outcast for being unable to breathe, and something else happens and all of a sudden they're facing the dangers of childbirth and you're terrified. You know that women die every day, you know that there are disabled children, you know there are horrible things, but the only thing crossing your mind right now is for it to just not happen to someone that you love. It could happen to everybody that goes to hell, and I think that is the reason why I want to pray. I don't give a damn. I, I'm finally accepting to myself that I am ashamed of the fact that I do not care. I am ashamed of the fact that every single moment that people bother me, like with all my stoic philosophies, with all my nightmares about the inevitability. I die need to become more eloquent. It's all my nightmares about the inevitability of the destruction of humanity, with all my fears that currency will collapse, our nation will collapse, I will starve in poverty, and every single day I inch closer to the poverty line, even though my finances have been on an upward. I've always been constantly on an upward projection. I'm just constantly reminded that my nation is poor and has no direction for fortune or structure or anything. This is me reaffirming my belief. I believe, or I want to believe, I'm working towards believing that things are unimportant. It's one thing to be a nihilist in concepts when you're just there like, well, it's all unimportant, I'm all miserable. But the actions of the people around you, they bother you. The actions of the stressed individual, the petty things said by a boss, they bother you. And I think I've improved so much. I have improved so much when it comes to dealing with my ideas of what other people are, or what I think other people think of me, or what I'm worried is going to happen, or anything that is going to happen. I think I've improved so much. And I think I am proud of myself for being able to take things in stride now, for not constantly thinking every second that, am I being a nuisance? Am I being are this am I being a problem to the members of society? Will I be an outcast? And which is funny because I've always been very comfortable and without a fear of losing out. And yet, it's just when you are with somebody, and this ties back into why I wanted to pray, why this non-believer wanted to pray, because it kills your idea of a creation, a supernatural or something, when you're aware of the random genetic defects that could happen. You're aware, but when it happens, or when it's happening to somebody you do not want to see suffer, and you're yet to even question yourself, why do you love this person so? Is it because you feel like if they fall into trouble, your own life is going to be ruined because society expects you to have to take care of them, to be there for them, to hold their hands in times of struggle, and you just want to be locked up in a room consuming mindless content that you don't give two shits about, rather than hold their hand and tell them everything will be okay when you know you're lying through your teeth? I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know, because that's the reason why I admire like religion from afar. You see it as you see it in a situation where you're just there like, it's oh wow, you're amazing, you're amazing aligned to yourself. And I feel so, because this is the opposite of Ubuntu, but leans heavily into stoicism and nihilism, the delusion that you have the answer. And I like the fact that Ubuntu doesn't allow you to be deluded that you have the answer. My opinion is just as much value as somebody who has decided to take a bribe in the middle of election. I know it's random, and I've probably mentioned it before, but just because I think something is wrong, or I think somebody who is willing to do something horrible, or deciding that this is wrong, or deciding I'm a fucking idiot for doing the things I want to, they have equal rights to me. And I think this is something that a lot of like people who are nihilist, stoic, and other things, they fall victim to. Like, people always like, oh no, are you saying your ignorance is equal to my knowledge? It is, in the grand scheme of things, it is. If I were to drop dead now, what does my love of data science going to do? What is the 24 years of randomly resuming to a certain place and doing things and existing things? My life is on an upward trajectory. But I always feel like it should be more. I should gather more. I should get more. I should know more. Especially, I should know more. And I think this is why I'm always mindlessly consuming content, and why I'm constantly in the pursuit of barely able to reach my satisfaction, my definition of art, my definition of beauty. But here I am, trying to reaffirm my beliefs. I believe that I should accept that there are things I cannot control. I believe that I should do everything within my power to control the things I can control, but I am breaking. How the fuck am I going to do that when it going gets tough and I just want to drown in content? I just want to drown in amusement. How am I going to do that where I depend heavily on tasks, on projects, on things that I think from Ubuntu is like my saving grace in my inability to consume or to perpetuate what I hope would be stoicism, what I hoped would be following the structure of the foundation of stoicism. Ubuntu makes me not want to be a nuisance to all that needs me. I do not understand people's struggles. I am not in their struggles. That's why I make sure I not that I make sure, because there are certain points of there's a certain level of discomfort that I'm unable to resist, but it annoys me. It annoys me that the standard of discomfort I'm able to take is much lower for the people I actually love, and much higher for people I don't give a shit about, which is something something I want to plan. I want to be more eloquent. I want to stop saying ums and arms and ah. I want to know what I'm saying. I want to have opinions. I want to be certain. I want to be convinced of things. I want to be the things I want. I want to feel like somebody belongs to me. I don't know how to feel an emptiness. I don't know how to continue. I don't know how to not consume. I want to create, but it's so hard. It's simple, but it's so hard. This is the reason why I like a lot of the content creators I consume, even though I'm complaining, sitting down here complaining about my constant need to consume. I look at people and I think, this person is amazing. This person has the ability to sit down for hours and create something for their own amusement, pass through structures. That's why the reason I admire art. But yet, it's the little things that bother me so much, that make me resentful, that make me spiteful, that make me angry about things that I cannot change. It's shameful. But I feel the only reason why I'm able to do so much, I'm able to achieve so many things, is because when you are in a structured environment, people request for you to do things. People have things that they're banking on you from. People have expectations of you. And you go and do things. You do them. You do them well because that is what you ought to do. This is why I feel I do well in a job. I do well in a classroom. I do well in certain things because there's a certain standard and quality that is expected of you. And I make sure to reach, and of recent, I have decided to surpass. Not because of any great desire to be amazing, but because I understand that once I surpass a certain level of quality, I don't even have an answer to that, of why I decided to not just do well enough. I remember going back to doing more than just well enough, because the whole one day in primary school I decided to go beyond and started a career of me doing excellently well up until I finished secondary school. Then then that spark just died within the second year of university. It just died, being unable to wonder why the reasonable amount of effort that I was giving wasn't yielding this perfect result. And yet that spark seems to be alive. I'm not anymore like more amazing. I'm not any more happier. I'm not any more perfect. But that spark to do beyond what is needed to perform a task excellently well is alive and well, and is making me proud. And a decision, but I'm having an unconscious decision to isolate myself, a decision to, which is, I don't know what I want. I do not know what I want. I do not know what I desire. I want stability. I want stability for all. I want stability. So one day I will believe and I will fully be able to take charge of the things that I cannot control. That's the main thing that is preventing me from my stoic dreams. I have nightmares about things I cannot control, about the collapse of my nation, and things. If I cared enough, I should put myself on the path to be able to recognize that yes, this is something in my nation that I can be part of. This is something in my nation that I can provide. This is something in my nation that I can actually do. This is something that could be mine and mine and mine alone and just mine alone. But I do not care. I just, almost as if I revel in the nightmares, I revel in the feeling of my own impotence. I revel in the feeling of my own powerless. Do I even know the definition of the word revel? It happens sometimes. But let me tell myself this. I like the fact that my voice carries. I like the fact that I want to give opinions. I want to have direction. I want to complete a task excellently well. But the question is, what about me? I need to be permanently able to not think about things I cannot control, or to have stop gaps and peace of mind and certain things. And I need to take full grasp of the things that I can control. I feel guilty for consuming content. I feel guilty for just amusing myself for something I didn't care. It's different from when you find something intriguing, something interesting, and it's a good break from all the things you care about. It's amazing, it's wonderful, it's everything you hoped it would be, and it gives you real rest. But once you consume in the fear of, what's the word I'm looking for? You consume in the fear of actually doing things for your future. The things this year, or the no, not this year, for the rest of Dio's life, I am proud of my ability to recognize some aspects of Ubuntu. And I want to do more for the people that I know I love. Why do I love those people? I don't know. I just love them. And I want to do more. I want to do as much as I do for the people I love, the same way I do things for people I do not give a shit about. Like, maybe because when I know I love somebody, it's a question of I'm talking about familiar love generally, just so you don't. It's a question of, I'm thinking this person would let me get away with things because I know this person loves me. But when somebody has zero relationship, zero respect to you, I don't even attempt to test their spirit. And I think I'm glad that I've grown. I'm glad that I'm always going to stand my ground, speak my thoughts. I remember feeling those 2 weeks of being helpless, having to be with somebody that, like, being around somebody I gave zero shits about. And I was always making concessions to prevent there from being conflict. And I decided, no, Dio, this is a problem that you have had from, I don't know, since when you decided to become a recluse, maybe in like senior secondary school. And you need to be able to do confrontation. You need to be able to stand your ground. You need to be able to be eloquent in your thinking, eloquent in your writing, eloquent in your thoughts. You need to be able to shut down any form of nonsense and have peace in your mind. And that is fine. And those are for the things that relates to other people. That is for the Ubuntu in the two-way street. Because I know that for people I don't give a shit about, I recognize that they are human and I don't want to cause conflicts. But in the end, I have to make sure. And for the people that I do love, I think it's time I do more for them. I'm there for them. But when you feel impotent, when you feel powerless, and you pray, you hope, you beg, and you don't know what else can you do for the people that you love except have them in your prayer, except hope that this entity that you do not believe in would come to their rescue. Why? Simply because you love them. You did not pray for children dying every day. You did not pray for people being with broken bodies. You did not pray that the scientists will figure out how to regrow limbs. But you are desperately praying that the ones that you love will be safe. I think that is like my biggest challenge, like as a faithless individual. Because when shit comes to your side, you just hope. You hope that hope will come. You hope that hope will come. You hope that you are loved. You hope that somebody will hold your hand and guide you forward. And I think that is the appeal of religion. That if you do certain things, that you are deserving of love, you are deserving of light, you are deserving of this. But human beings are deserving of nothing. Deserving of nothing. We're an existence. We are here to do nothing but exist. I wouldn't say, are we here just to suffer? No. We're not. We're here to just be here. We're here to find meaning within our own lives. And I think that's the whole reason why I started the personal code of conduct, because I'm too much of a nihilist. But I desperately want the optimistic part of it. I want to have meaning to my life, because I am only aware of me, and I have to do well by me. I must not make me miserable. I must make me happy. I must give me structure. But I must never break by Ubuntu and make things difficult for others. That is the reason why I chose those three, because I feel Ubuntu holds the two together. I want meaning. And I think the reason why I fell into this harkens back to the beginning of this 20th century rant. The reason why I into why I fell into an antinatalist stop, because I remember thinking people often have different the most common reason to have children is have meaning, but I feel that is just the lies that people tell themselves. I think the important thing is to tell yourself that, one, you do not want to be excluded by society. But if you find someone, or if you're fine with being alone, exclusion should not be a problem. Two, you want something that will take you away from the monotony of life. And for the fact, children actually do that, because even though they're going to school, they're going to space, they tell you things, they think you're amazing, they tell you new experiences, they think everything, they think you are God on earth for the first few parts of their lives, which for the most part is interesting. Or some people want to have children to feel like their children would do something to change their situation. I remember this one thing about Black Americans being all oh, they die out, because I literally have this thought about racism. It's if you try your best to make sure that you have the best for yourself on earth, but most people only ever want to try for their children, because deep down they know that bringing them to this earth was selfish, bringing them to this planet was selfish, making them face the consequences of existence, the feeling of hopelessness, the feeling of fear, and having nothing to offer to this world. They know that it was selfish. But it gives people the will to fight, to improve their own conditions, the will to do good by their offspring. They'll be fine. It has to be fine. I don't know how any other thing is going to be, but it has to be fine. Daya is reaffirming her beliefs as somebody who thinks existence is meaningless, but she needs to find meaning in her own life. She's somebody who wants to accept that there are things beyond her control, but making sure that every single thing that she can control, she controls it to the best degree. She wants to create, she wants to be curious, but most times she just wants to lay down in emptiness. She's proud of the fact that she completes tasks because of Ubuntu. She understands that she lives in a society with individuals, and individual needs things. She wants to extend the same level of respect to these random individuals that she has, to people that she knows and loves. What is my conclusion about my doubt about praying? I don't know who or what I'm praying to, but I'm going to hope from the bottom of my soul that those I love will have their joy, they'll have their hope, will have their energy, will have everything that they desire by the time comes. I'm going to hope for their safety, I'm going to hope for their happiness, I'm going to hope that everything goes fantastic in their life, because I am terrified of losing them. I am terrified. And I think it's scary that because I'm only thinking about how it's going to affect me rather than their own emotions. I'm only thinking that I then be having to call, because I like to love from afar. But when somebody you love is breaking and crying, it means you have to leave your very comfortable space to be there for them, to hold them, to speak to them, to speak words of encouragement, words that you may not believe in, words that you certainly do not believe in, especially when it concerns religion. But because you want them to be happy, you want them to hold their heads high, you want them to have peace. By this time next year, Dai wants to draw something with confidence. She wants her hand to move. She wants to feel less stiff. She wants to be able to create a story. She wants to be able to create body. She wants to finish a book. She wants to stop having distractions. She wants to be alive. And I think I'm way more alive than I was September last year. And I'm glad that random things that I have done and short short weeks of ginger have paid off, and they'll continue to pay off. And I need more bursts of ginger, and I need an accountability partner. And I want people to do well. I want stability. I want clean streets. I want to travel, but I don't want to immigrate. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it'll be fine. Now, often relatively lighter topics. This is the year, like I've said it before, this is the year of routine. This is the year of structure. This is the year of doing things every day, gaining new skills, having a +1 and a +1 HP, and being organized, and not necessarily having a presentation of like organization. I want to be organized. I want to be the person who is fit. I want to be the person who is fast. I want to be the person who is strong. I want to be the person who is capable. I just don't want to complete tasks. I want to make sure that each day I did not feel empty. And that is what consumption of content does to me. It makes me feel empty. But I do it anyway because it's a distraction from reality. This is the year of routine. I will face reality. I will have ambition. I will have structure. I will have faith. Faith in what? I don't know. Faith in nothing. I will have structure. I will have ambition. I think that thing just went together because I was literally giving it like a motivational hype, and that usually goes hand in hand with religion. I don't know why my voice is. This is not carrying this far. This is fucking weird. Yeah, it'll be fine. I will be more eloquent. So what, Adayo? What do you want to be? I want to be more eloquent. How do you describe that? I want to stop the ahs and the ums. I want to have complete thoughts. I want to be able to give a complete answer to a question. I want to have everything I say to have logical progression. How am I going to achieve this? I just have to. I want to be able to draw better. And what is the definition of being able to draw better? I want to be able to draw people doing incredible things. I want to put them in fantastical situations. Regular people with interesting faces. I want to be able to capture their faces, capture their bodies, draw their bodies in all kinds of motion and put them in fantastical backgrounds. I want their skin to shine and their eyes to glow, and I want it to be perfect. What do I want? I want to earn dollars. Why? Because I need to be stable. I need a sense of stability. I need a sense of knowing that. And to do that, I want to be the best at my craft. I want to find answers. I want to find answers for people outside where I work. I want to be efficient in my work process so I can have time for things in the outside. It will be fine. It will be good. It will be healthy. It will be perfect. All things will work together. And I want to be fine. I want to cease having existential dread. Anyway, I think that is all. I've reaffirmed my beliefs, my thoughts, and my hope. I have said that this is the year of structure. I'm going to push forward and ensure that this life maxing group, I started a life maxing group, does well, that we actually help each other grow. That at the end of this year, the three of us are proud of each other. It has been a personal code of conduct, and I wish you a happy new year.
Say that I need to be saved. Say with me, the devil got his way. I want to know how when you are praying, when you are doomsdaying, how you think you know that someone is listening to what you are saying. So you think that you can tell us how to live our life, never question suffering.